Alaska is known for its breathtaking wilderness, its rugged beauty, and its isolation. But behind the endless forests and icy peaks lies something darker, mysteries that have haunted families for decades. Some vanish into the woods, some into the night, and some, like one man, remain unidentified to this day. Today, we're heading north to Alaska, a place where the wild swallows people whole and where disappearances can stretch on for decades without resolution. Tonight, we'll look at 3 haunting cases: a young woman whose first date ended in mystery, a traveling nurse who vanished under bizarre circumstances, and an unidentified man known only as Eyed Jack Doe. The disappearance of Erin Marie Gilbert. Erin Gilbert was just 24 years old when she vanished on July 1st, 1995. Described as beautiful, smart, and full of life, Erin had recently moved from San Francisco to Anchorage to help her sister Stephanie raise her 2 kids while her husband served in the military. Erin was adjusting well. She found work as a nanny, made friends, and loved the adventure of being in Alaska. But she also wanted a social life. That summer, at a bar called Chilkoot Charlie's, known to locals simply as Coots, she met a man named David Combs. The two hit it off, and on July 1st, they went on their first date to the Girdwood Forest Fair. They were seen together in the beer garden, but according to David, they left after just an hour. When they returned to his car, it supposedly wouldn't start. He claimed he left Erin in the car while he went to find a nearby friend who could help. 2 hours later, David returned, but Erin was gone. And strangely, the car started immediately. David said he assumed Erin had gone back to the fair, so he claimed he searched for her until 1 a.m., but he never found her. When Erin didn't come home, her sister knew something was wrong. Stephanie organized searches and alerted police. Ground and air crews combed the area, but no trace of Erin was ever found. David Combs was questioned extensively, but his story never changed. Oddly, he refused to participate in searches, and he refused multiple offers to take a polygraph. Police have tried to contact him in recent years, but he's never returned their calls. Erin's family has never stopped searching. In 2017, they offered a $37,000 reward for information, but no credible leads surfaced. Today, her case remains under the Alaska Cold Case Unit. Erin Marie Gilbert was last seen wearing a black leather jacket, a white blouse, and jeans. If alive, she would be in her early 50s today. The strange case of Thomas Nuzzi. Fast forward to June 2001. 52-year-old registered nurse Thomas Nuzzi vanished under circumstances that still baffle investigators. Thomas worked as a traveling nurse, moving between patients across Alaska. On June 15th, he was last seen buying cigarettes, chips, and soda at a small gas station near the Super 8 motel on Minnesota Drive in Anchorage. Surveillance footage showed him with an unidentified woman. That was the last confirmed sighting. Days later, Thomas's red 1997 Jeep Cherokee was found abandoned at Alpenglow Ski Area in Chugach State Park. The keys were still inside, but things only got stranger. On June 15th, the same day Thomas disappeared, a security guard caught a man and woman trying to break into his Jeep. They matched the description of the people seen with him on surveillance footage. 3 days later, the same couple successfully stole the Jeep. They were never identified. Then came another twist. On June 19th, the day after Thomas was reported missing, a maid at the Super 8 walked into his hotel room and found a strange man inside, rifling through his belongings. The man bolted before police could be called. Many believe this was the same man who stole Thomas's Jeep. Despite investigators tracking phone numbers Thomas had recently used, numbers linked to halfway houses and pagers, no one admitted to knowing him. It was as though he had been swallowed by a shadow world of strangers. Thomas Nuzzi remains missing to this day. The woman last seen with him is described as white, in her 20s, 5 feet 2 inches, with long dark hair. The man is described as tall, thin, dark-skinned, with decayed teeth. Both remain unidentified. Thomas would be 74 years old today. Our last case is different. Here, we know how the man died. We even know who killed him. What we don't know, nearly 50 years later, is his name. In September 1978, a man later dubbed Eyed Jack was hitchhiking through Boise, Idaho. He was last seen wearing an eye patch, headed toward Oregon. Instead, he accepted a ride from a man named Jesse Burt Bishop, who convinced him to travel all the way to Alaska. 2 days later, Bishop strangled and stabbed him to death on the side of the Alaska highway. He dumped his body in the woods. A year later, in August 1979, hunters near Talk found scattered skeletal remains and strands of long brown hair. His jawbone and 4 front teeth were missing. He became known as Eyed Jack Doe. Bishop was arrested in 2001 and confessed to the killing. He said the victim was about 25 to 32 years old, worked as a logger in Oregon, and had possibly been married. But Bishop admitted much of what he knew came from hearsay and might have been lies. To this day, no one has ever claimed Jack. Somewhere, a family has lived decades without knowing what happened to their son, brother, or husband. From Erin Gilbert's vanished first date to Thomas Nuzzi's shadowy companions to Eyed Jack's nameless grave, the mysteries of Alaska run deep. These are stories of lives interrupted, of families still searching, and of questions that may never be answered. If you have any information about these cases, contact the Alaska State Troopers or local authorities. Sometimes even the smallest detail can change everything. Thank you for watching Missing Persons Archives. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and help keep these stories alive. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, the missing are never forgotten.